And we're back with chapter 1151. That's enough. I've got this. So there were rumors going around saying that this chapter's title was going to be called I Understand Now. But maybe there was a mix-up in the translation. And we continue where we left off from the last chapter with Demon Dorian Broggy turning on the rest of the giant warriors. The rest of the giants are pleading with them to snap out of it, to not attack Elder Jarul, the oldest of the giants, and arguably the oldest living warrior in the One Piece world. And Dorian Broggy cannot be convinced. Even though they've always looked up to Elder Jarul, they want to put him out to pasture and reign as kings. Elbaf has no need for idols or gods. A new era of war, ruled by the strong. Sounding a lot like old Elbaf there. You know, the philosophy that they used to have. It's incredible how Dorian Broggy's personalities completely switched. They're not even the same people anymore. They've become pitch black demons right down to their core, say the other giants. And their influence seems to be spreading as it spreads to this other giant here. This giant, tall man tries to get away, but then he gets stuck in some of what looks like those black flames that came from Emu earlier. What's an interesting thing to note is that when this giant gets turned, they use a visual representation of this board game, where the black pieces surrounding the white piece turns it over into a black piece. And if you didn't know, this is a reference to the board game known throughout East Asia as Go, which makes me question, could Emu possibly be sitting in her throne room playing this game, but playing with people's lives? So Tallman gets flipped over to the demon side and falls in line with the rest of the giant warriors that have been turned into demons. The other giants run away from the demonic influence, cutting to Ripley looking for her son. And cutting back to the giant children, we can see that who I assume to be Saint Killingham, telling the children while they dream that their parents are being turned into demons, which causes the children to dream up demon nightmares, giving power to Killingham's ability to bring nightmares to life. Things are getting really bad really fast, and it looks like soon they will be outnumbered. Is it me, or are there more of them now? Nami asks. Usopp screams out, "This is your homeland. Open your eyes. How can you bear turning into something with no pride at all?" Dang, you guys went and upset Usopp. Don't play with the Sniper King, because now he's invested. And the parents of the giant children still can do nothing. And something to note in this chapter is that St. Killingham's hybrid form is finally revealed. We see that he takes on a centaur-like appearance, with his human half being revealed, and the rest of his mythical dragon form being surrounded in the same type of clouds that we see for Monkey D. Luffy in his Gear 5th form and the Elders. I don't know about you, but his appearance kind of reminds me of Caesar Clown. The God's Knights radio back and forth. My lord, how far are we to take this? The board game is already covered in our color. And Emu tells them to press on until it shatters. The spirit of Elbaf. She says that if the late King Harold had not blundered at that critical hour, Elbaf would rightfully be under her dominion. We cut to a few minutes earlier, right after Gabon got thrown from the tree branch, with Chopper diving after him, landing down in the underworld below using guard point. And at that moment, we get a continuation of Loki and his brother Halruden arguing, as they were before, about the late King Harold. Luffy is somehow able to sense that Chopper fell from the Sun World. He also senses Gabon's presence, but he doesn't know how he was able to do this. Zoro and Sanji recognize that something serious must be happening, and they must go out and search for Chopper right away. While they go out to search for Chopper, Loki's friend that he spoke to on the Dindin Mushi from previously, who Loki calls Mosa, has an urgent message for him, saying that they're not going to be able to use the transponder snail for a while. And one interesting thing to note is that the representation for Mosa as this transponder snail looks like this old man with a beard. Could this be what Mosa looks like? Mosa thanks Loki for the conversations that they had, says that he found it to be a calming experience and that he wouldn't trade it for anything. It really sounds like this Mosa guy is in a dire situation. Like maybe perhaps where he currently resides is being attacked by a revolutionary army. Hey, I'm just theorizing. And Loki asks, that nasty business didn't crop up again, did it? What nasty business, huh? World government stuff? I need answers. What are you tease? And then he hangs up. The search party comes back with Chopper and Gabon. And Luffy thanks Chopper, not even realizing who they saved. So he freaks out when he finds out that Gabon was on Gold Roger's crew. They tell Luffy that he was one of the Pirate King's wings alongside Dark King Rayleigh, and that he is probably their third strongest member. Gabon managed to move his arm to correct them and say that he was the second. Bro, go to sleep. Chopper fills the rest of them in on what's going on up in the Sun Realm. Right at that moment, they all feel immense outburst of haki that was let out during the last chapter, when Imu took demonic possession over Gunko. Everybody, we need to get a lift to the Sun Realm right now. Elbaf is in danger. Just like the title of the chapter, we have Luffy saying, "That's enough, I've got this." And the chapter ends with Loki laughing, "You guys will really need my power now." And unfortunately, there's a break next week. So we'll have to wait 2 weeks till we can see the next greatest development of this exciting arc. Things are really starting to heat up. And with every answer, there are more questions to be asked. Let me know your thoughts and theories. And I just wanted to say thanks to the feedback that I've received from some of my followers. It always helps me, and I appreciate your love and support. Until next time.